What's up, everybody? Welcome to Biockickz 3 Raw TV. The video that you're about to see, I actually filmed quite a while ago. Just hadn't get around to putting it up. I don't film every video as it comes up and put them up. I actually have them like kind of queued up on my camera and stuff still, and I kind of put them up as I put up videos, because for a while, and as of right now still, when you post a video on YouTube, this glitch that doesn't exist, when you post a video, they unsubscribe subscribers from your channel, and they're not getting the news alerts and stuff like that, or the alerts in their emails and stuff like that, and they're being unsubscribed. So it's like, why am I going to keep putting up a video or more a day if they just keep trying to kill the channel? So I put up less videos and try to make better content, and that's the way it's been for a little while now. So I want you guys to watch this video about MCTs that I did quite a while ago, and then we're going to talk about a little bit of stuff that's happened recently right after this. Everybody, welcome to Biockickz 3 Raw TV. So we're going to talk a little bit today about coconut oil again. Now, this is actually my most viewed video that I have on this channel is about a coconut oil, which I couldn't figure out why the fuck anybody really gives a shit about it. Like, I just made the video for the fuck of it. And I get more hate mail over that shit than anyone fucking ever you could think of, because people love coconut oil. They're pretty much convinced that fucking when Jesus was fucking crucified, they gave us a fucking coconut oil and he came back from the fucking dead. They pretty much think that's what fucking happened, but that's not what happened as far as I know. I wasn't there, but whatever. Anyways, so let's talk a little more about coconut oil. So one thing that I'm gonna kind of put out of there, coconut oil, CCO, coconut oil. I like that. Anyways, one thing I'm gonna put out there right now is a lot of people use this on their face, their skin, etc., etc. For me, it clogs my pores. So I was actually using it. Someone had advised me to use it on my face, on my head, etc., etc. And the person that told me to do it, I mean, she was like 60 years old. She looked like she was 25. I was like, fuck, okay, if you're doing it, that makes sense. So, you know, Aaron and I that night went to the store. We bought a thing, coconut oil. I started using it. I started breaking out on my fucking back, on my fucking face, on my head. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And this went on for months because I didn't think it was the coconut oil. And finally, Aaron said, you know, when you sleep and when you wake up from sleeping, because like I'll rub the stuff on after the shower, but it doesn't look greasy. There's all this grease on the fucking bed and the goddamn pillow. It's the coconut oil. It's fucking clogging your pores when you're laying on it. Stop using the coconut oil, all the fucking zits went away. Period. Hands down. It was like fucking night and day difference. I was like, fuck, that's what it was. So for some people, they're going to be able to get away with putting it on their skin. Some people, no. I know people that use it and they're fine. For me, it doesn't work. So if you're breaking out and you're using something with a coconut oil in it, check the fucking thing that you're using to make sure that the coconut oil is not the thing that's making you break out. Now, that being said, let's get into some more why I don't really like coconut oil that much. Coconut oil is an MCT, medium chain triglycerides. Now what that is a fat that burns as fast and easy as a carbohydrate. So there's a lot of people that pull carbs out of their diets. They have MCTs, they're like, oh, I'm like a no carb diet. Well, basically that's true, but your body's burning it like a carb. So if it can burn that easy, guess what? It's not going to burn body fat as easy. So it doesn't do what everybody thinks it does. It's not making you in keto. Okay, which is another big thing. People are like, oh, I'm in keto. It's actually not. If that is being used as a fuel source, the ketones are not, because it's easier to use than the fucking ketones. So it makes no fucking sense. Now, here's the big kicker. Now, MCTs, 10% of it is MCT. What's the other 90%? Saturated fat. What the fuck? So you're trying to tell me they marketed this fucking 10%? Marketed the fuck out of it like branched chain amino acids and explained to everybody how fucking great that was. And it's a saturated fat. Have you ever noticed how fucking solid? It's like a goddamn candle in the fucking jar. Okay? Is olive oil like a candle? No. Okay? Is peanut butter like a fucking candle? No, well, peanut butter, peanuts are hard, but the bottom line is it doesn't fucking solidify if it's not kept warm. Anything that solidifies like that is hard to fucking digest. So yes, 10% of that MCT, like 10% of that coconut oil is MCT that will digest easily, but 90% of it is saturated fat, which just fucking digests slower. Newsflash, saturated fats are harder to break down. Now you may think, well, the harder it is to break down, the more work my body has to do. That's true. However, when your body's trying to break down something like saturated fats in large amounts, and you're feeding it this, even, you know, animal fats like beef, etc., your metabolism actually slows down. People think it speeds up. It does not speed up. It slows down. It has a harder time figuring, fuck, I'm going to waste all this energy trying to digest this. It starts to actually slow down. It's the opposite of what people think. And I can't understand what the fuck. It just boggles my mind. They did a study where they took coconut oil, beef, and I think it was olive oil or almond butter. And they had a camera in the guy's stomach. And the fucking guy took the one. It took him 6 hours to digest the fucking piece of meat. Okay? It took him about 5 hours to digest the MCTs. It took him like 20 minutes to digest the fucking almond butter or coconut or olive oil, whatever the fuck it was. The fats are digested at different rates now. The best thing for your body, hands down, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Fast, easy digestion. Efficiency. The more efficient your body is, the less it has to work, the less stress on your body. And here's the kicker. When people talk about, well, Jerry, it doesn't matter, that's saturated fat right there. You do realize that the harder it is for your body to digest that saturated fat affects your hormones. You know that, right? You do get that, right? The more stress that's on your body, the more it changes your hormones. The more it changes your hormones, guess what? The harder it is to fucking build muscle, the easier it is to lose muscle and be catabolic when cortisol levels spike, and they do spike when your body starts to have stress on it. And essentially all your athletic goals change, they slow down. This fucking coconut oil is not an efficient food source. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It was a fucking fad. It is out of style now, and every study out there that you look at, pay attention to it. The MCTs, the 10%, if I told you right now that everything that you were making money-wise, you got to keep 10% of. 90% just gets fucking tossed away. At the end of the day, you get your check, they take 90%, they just take it away and they fucking throw it up in the air and it's gone. Would you be like, oh yeah, that's fucking cool, that's awesome, it's the best thing that's ever happened, it's the coolest shit ever? You'd be like, fuck that, 10%, that's the good stuff, 10%. And even that stuff right there isn't really changing the way that your diet's working keto-wise. Okay, which is a whole nother fucking topic, but you know, anytime you're getting 10% out of something that fucking is supposed to be good for you, that's 10%. What the fuck is this other 90%? If it's bad for you, 90 to 10, if there's a basketball score, 90 to 10, which one is better? The 90, right? Not in this case. The 10% is fucking better. This is the opposite of like a basketball score. This is literally something that is worse for you than good for you, but been marketed to be good for you from the 10% that they can fucking work around. Like CLA is another one. I love CLA. I love that shit. You know why? Because some cows ate the fucking CLA in the middle of a goddamn fucking field and they lost weight. So that was marketed in the 90s as a weight loss drug. It's a fucking milk fat. Have a glass of milk, you basically get all the fucking CLA that you need. But who the fuck lost fat off a glass of milk? Nobody. That's why that fucking marketing just crammed the fucking market back in the 90s and dis-a-fucking-peered. Nobody's out there. Why do you think we fucking started looking for other fat burners? Because CLA wasn't fucking getting it done. Why do you think something like L-carnitine has lasted and the test of time and is still around? Because it fucking works. So be aware, guys, there's a lot of bullshit that goes out there, and they can take these studies and take these little amounts and fucking say, hey, we can market the fuck out of that. The next thing you know, you think you're getting something so fucking awesome and new and cutting edge of bullshit, and it's actually turned out to be a bunch of fucking marketing hype and spinning this shit so that, you know, and I hear it already, guys, oh, my health is better because of coconut oil. Health's better because you switched your fucking life around and started exercising and stopped eating shit. You know what I mean? Like, every person that I fucking talked to that did coconut oil made some other change in their fucking life that impacted it better in a healthy way and blamed it on the coconut oil. Oh my god, coconut oil is the best fucking thing in the world. It's a fucking coconut oil. For Christ's sakes, it blows my mind, guys, and it frustrates the fuck out of me. And I'm not damning coconut oil. If you like it, use it. If you like to eat it, eat it. I don't give a fuck. But don't turn this into some kind of magical shit that's fucking weight loss. You're still fucking fat. You're losing, oh, so much leaner. You're fucking fat. You could have been way fucking leaner if you stopped fucking around with this shit and actually stuck to your diet, got to the fucking gym, and did what you have to do. BioStrengthTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biostrength.com's blog. It's the fuck coconut oil bicep, and we're out. Alright, so now that you guys have seen that, you know that I've had taken the stance on MCTs not being anything magical. Okay, coconut oil not being anything magical. People have touted it as magic, and my biggest, most watched video here is about coconut oil, the truth. I have had people threaten my life, threaten to crush my skull with a kettlebell because I spoke out and said I don't like the coconut oil. I don't like it. I mean, I've used MCTs going way back before coconut oil was even being used. MCTs were around. John Perillo had them out. Daniel Chapter 1 was using them. We were using them back in 1994, 93, 94, before coconut oil ever became popular. Anybody was using it. It was completely a different product. The cap tri oil, etc. Now, here's the thing. People talking about, like, you know, using it to replace carbs. Now, carbohydrates have less calories. If it's a calories in, calories out, then carbohydrates actually have less calories than MCTs have in them, the coconut oil. So why not replace your calories with more carbohydrates than MCTs? Your MCTs are being burned at a faster rate than a saturated fat. Now, here's the problem I have, that MCT being mostly saturated fat. Saturated fats are not an essential fatty acid that you need to take in for your body. You don't need to take it in, okay? Those are not essential fatty acids. Once your essential fatty acids are covered for the day, you don't need saturated fat. Your body does not need it. Your body does not need to take in carbohydrates. They are non-essential. The only thing that you need to take in is protein for amino acids. That is essential, and essential fatty acids. Other than that, you don't need them. And, you know, there are people that are putting out videos talking about, like, well, saturated fat is not bad for you, and this, that, and here's the thing, guys. I am fully aware of who my audience is. And my audience, most of you watching this right now, are not pro bodybuilders. You're not even people that are super serious about keeping track of your diet. You kind of watch what you're eating. You eat a lot of junk food still. You fit your macros, etc., etc. You guys are not the ones that this is not going to matter for. Most of you have diets that are too high in saturated fat, too high in sugar. And not that this is a bad thing, but it's just a fact. And a lot of these people that are speaking out for coconut oil, telling you it doesn't matter, they're talking to people that watch their diet religiously, make sure they do their cardio. Half of you out there watching this right now don't even do cardio, so you don't even care about heart health whatsoever. It's just about getting huge or ripped. Most of you out there are not really watching what you're eating. You're off your macros by, I mean, when I get people's shit and when I start working with them, the macros are way the fuck off. They're like, no, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. And they're fucking way off for 3 days. So you're talking, like, I think the people that are speaking out about this on YouTube need to be more responsible with who they're talking to. Just like, you know, Lane Norton speaks all the time, like, well, it's not going to matter if you have a slice of pizza if the rest of your day... No, Lane, it's not going to matter for you. But 95% of the people you're talking to are not like you. They don't train like you. They're not religious with it like you. They are not fucking doing their cardio, and they are not tracking their macros like you, and it's not just a piece of pizza. It's not a piece of pizza here and there. It's not a piece of pizza once a day. It's a piece of pizza for fucking lunch, but they had fucking something like a banana biscuit in the morning soaked in fucking gravy, and for dinner they have fucking pasta covered with fucking olive oil. Like, you're not, you know, people are not getting it. I think where a lot of the confusion comes from is many of the people that are speaking out on YouTube and articles and shit like that are speaking out about themselves. Somebody who religiously trains, does their cardio, takes their vitamins, who literally can get away with that. But many of the people watching these are watching these to learn. And you're talking about people that are already unhealthy, have high cholesterol, don't exercise properly, and don't have good eating habits. Their calories are fucking way over most of the time. Who the fuck are you kidding that, you know, me, Lane Norton, this one, that one, we can stop with 2 pieces of pizza. We could say we're going to have a couple pieces of pizza for dinner and those are going to fit my macros, and that's fine. I actually had Chick-fil-A, Swedish fish, cereal. I was doing that stuff after my last show, and I was hitting those macros exact. Most of the people watching this right now are not going to do that. So I think it's very irresponsible to think that just because, you know, you can get away with it and you don't think it matters. I mean, saturated fat, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Nobody, it's a solid fat. Anything that is a solid like that is harder to digest, harder to break down. It is hard. Fucking, the goddamn MCT oil and fucking coconut oil turns into a fucking candle, okay? You ingest this shit, it basically, if it's not fucking warm enough, it's a candle. You eat it and it fucking melts. So does a fucking candle. Would you eat a candle? No, why? Well, that's stupid, Jerry. It blows my fucking mind how people can be so irresponsible. And I get it. They want to put out true information, but what's true for me and true for some of these other people are not for true to the people that are watching this. And I know because I'm the one that gets emails. And I don't know why the people making these videos don't stop and think about who they're really fucking talking to. So what's going to happen is you're going to say, there's no problem with fucking coconut oil. There's no problem with this. You can have pizza if it fits your macros. And this person's going to go out and have a half a fucking pizza and try to fit his macros with it, okay? That's going to be one meal for the day. Not do any cardio for fucking weeks at a time because it raises cortisol when you do too much. So they do fucking none. They go in the gym and they hear like, it doesn't matter if you train to failure or as long as you get the volume. They do some fucking half-ass sets for 5 sets and an exercise that basically gets them fucking no results. They leave there, they go cook their fucking pasta with no protein or anything on it and douse it in fucking olive oil, throw some fucking salt on it, and they're eating like this because they're listening to what you're saying and they're comprehending something than what you're really saying. You know, instead of preempting it with, if you literally have been training for fucking 5 years, okay, and you're religious in the gym, you never fucking miss workouts, okay, and you do your cardio that not only keeps your fucking heart healthy, but also keeps your metabolism efficient and keeps your fucking lungs working, which is also important, right? And you're watching the foods that you eat, you're watching your calories, and you're not fucking going over your calories, you're at least maintenance most of the time, if not in a slight deficit. and you have an event coming up and you wanted to eat that meal at the event, go for it. I have people that fucking go to the weddings and they eat whatever the fuck they want at their weddings, but those people are fucking strict. They've been with me 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks training intense, doing their cardio, sticking to what they're doing. And like, again, one thing I want to touch on with the fucking fats, with the amino acids, essential. That means you have to fucking take them in. It means your body doesn't fucking make them. Essential fatty acids, essential amino acids. Those are what's super important to put in your fucking body. And there are vitamins and minerals. They're essential too. You know why? Because your body doesn't fucking make them. You got to put them in there. And when, you're not doing that shit, you're not a healthy individual. The people that these people on YouTube are talking to, I barely ever fucking get sick. I never have a problem with blood work. I never have any fucking health issues at all since I've been eating a certain way. When I was eating like the people that are watching these videos, that are taking this information and running with it, that is unhealthy, I don't care what anyone fucking says, I had health complications too. I had all kinds of fucking issues. My blood pressure was fucking high. I had nosebleeds, which was bad. Of course, I was taking steroids then, but I would get sick all the time. The measuring stick that I use a lot of times is the immune system. When the immune system takes a fucking hit, you're sick all the time, and that is also how cancer grows. The immune system malfunctions. A lot of shit is a malfunction of the immune system, and you're not fucking well. And when you're sitting there going, I do all these things to keep myself well, and if I decided I wanted to have some coconut oil on something, it would be like a tablespoon, or I would weigh it on a fucking scale, I would put it in the fucking salad or whatever, and I would eat it. And I would count that towards my macros. I wouldn't use scoops of fucking coconut oil. I have had people tell me that they cook their chicken in coconut oil every day. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck? How much do you use? I don't know. I fucking break off about this much and I have them send me a picture. It's like 5 tablespoons of coconut oil. Right there, you're probably hitting your fucking fat macros for the entire day with what's in there. But that aside the fact. And on top of it, they're having egg yolks in the fucking morning, okay? More saturated fats. And on top of it, they're like, I had beef for lunch because that builds muscle. I'm like, do you know how much fucking saturated fat you have in your body? What's your fucking bad cholesterol? It's through the fucking roof. No wonder why. Do you do cardio? No. So be aware, guys. It is in context, but the people that, these studies are done on, these are normal people. These are people that saturated fats do affect their blood cholesterol. They do affect their health. And if you're not one of these people who take your health seriously, that eats right, trains and, does cardio, takes care of your heart, take your vitamins and minerals, drinks water instead of fucking soda all the time or diet soda, whatever the fuck, you're going to have health complications more than likely, unless you're one of those genetic freaks that doesn't, which happens out there. But use your fucking brain and be logical. And for these people that are, out there spewing this fucking message about this doesn't matter, that doesn't matter, think about who you're fucking talking to. Whoever's watching this video right now, everything matters to them. Okay? Everything matters to these people because they don't know what they're fucking doing. They're living unhealthy lifestyles and they're coming to us for information. And you're giving them shit-ass information. BioCtraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biostrength.com is a blog. It's the no shit information bicep, and we're out.